It was TNC Pawn World.
TNC Pawn World, and later on, I wanted to build it up for family business.
And we had one back then. Then we opened one in Kingsland in '94. Of course, y'all didn't have computers, and I kept pushing, wanting to computerize it since I was doing paperwork 7 days a week trying to figure out what the profit was, and that was a lot of paperwork.
What did the original store look like?
The original store was T111 on the outside. It was a house, and Dad converted the side of the house into a T111 shell, and we made it a pawn shop. Didn't have any shelves, had a makeshift counter and a cigar box for the cash drawer.
One side was a pawn shop, about 700-800 square feet.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, I originally started an insurance office. And
Yep.
while I was here, I was living in the back of the insurance office in the pawn shop.
Yep.
But later on, my son Chris, he finished college, and we started talking about increasing the business.
So we increased it. We built Kingsland in '94.
And then from there, we went to Brunswick.
That was '98. And then in
And after that,
2000, went to Rankin.
we went to Effingham County, which is Rankin, Georgia. But originally, the idea of opening up a pawn shop came to me when I visited one in Savannah, Georgia, and then another one in Hinesville. And Savannah, Georgia was a friend of mine. And he told me, he says, you're going down to St. Mary's, Georgia, Kingsbury, Georgia. Why don't you think about it? And that's where the idea come from. He himself called it a mom and pop store, if you remember, Chris,
Yeah, mom and pop store.
which right now, I don't see no mom and pop store. I see a family business that my son helped me build, and now he's going to be passing it down to his son, Niko.
And now Niko's taking it over.
We offered, and I'm going to repeat what one of the customers told me originally when we opened up originally. It says, this pawn shop reminds me Walmart. I said, why you said that? He said, well, myself and someone else, a friend of mine from the base, had dealings with your people. We wanted to return an item, no question asked. You ask the customer if they want their money, I get another item.
Honesty. Just treat people like you want to treat your family.
From day one, I wasn't going to give it up.
Yeah, we when we moved here, we were pretty much broke. Dad used all his money that he had saved up to build the insurance office and to open the pawn shop to start with. And we put every dime back into it. And from there, when we started opening more stores, that was when I realized that it was something that we could pass down from generation to generation if they wanted to continue to do it.
I do.
Main thing I wanted to build on Dad's reputation that he had developed of honesty and treating people the way that you want to treat your entire family. And to continue a business that the public could get behind and that the public also knew that it was a family run business and that they didn't have to worry about bringing their family into our store because, you know, pawn shops have a stereotypical image from movies and just from past people having negative feelings about it. So we wanted to change that. And I feel like we did. Basically refuse to change our morals for profit. You have to make a profit to keep a business going, but you don't have to make all of your money on one transaction. You won't repeat customers. One word: integrity.
The two gentlemen sitting next to me, my father and my Papou. My dad and my Papou, like they've said over and over, they built this as a family business, and it's going to continue to be that as we move on year after year. We're not going anywhere, and that's because of our faith, our integrity, and our honesty, and our commitment to the community. So somebody from back then when Papa and Dad opened, I would say they'd be surprised to see how much of a retail store we are today. We are very much still have our pawn roots, and we will still are committed to helping our community and our family in that way. But today we're a very established retail store as far as firearms and every accessory to go with that industry, as well as future endeavors that we're looking into now in that sporting goods and outdoor side of the world and side of the market.
And we want to make sure we get back to the community.
Mm-hmm. Earning trust means that we have a fruitful and committed relationship to our community. And we don't see them as customers, we see them as family. Those are the community is our lifeline. We're here because we enjoy what we do and we want to serve our community the best we absolutely can. So that trust is vital. It's a part of every transaction that we have. It means that not only do we trust the customers to keep coming to us, but the customers are trusting us, and that's what means the most to us, is that our customers, our family, trust us to continue to keep coming back time and time again. At the root of everything is keeping faith, an essential founding, that cornerstone that we have, and maintaining trust in every single transaction. Do your best to treat every transaction as if you're handling your family.
Yeah, our faith is the most important part of what we do. Papou established that from the time I can remember life, is that you've got to have your Christian faith that guides you every day.
And that has not changed at all.
Never will.
No, that's why we're closed on Sundays.
My family, my son, my grandson, and my whole family.
I'm just glad to see how Niko and also my other son Alex have evolved, the men that they've become, and the way that they're carrying on this legacy that Papou's developed.
If that's what my son wants, Easton, and now Samuel, if that's what they want, I'll be more than happy to hand it to them. But whatever they choose to do, I will be happy to support in every which way. I'm just proud to continue the legacy that Papou and Dad have built, and I'm honored that they trust me to carry it on.
Our faith and our integrity.
And the trust from our community.
I know our community is growing tremendously, so we're going to see a lot of national chains come in. But I still think that your family run businesses are still the heartbeat of America. And that's exactly what it takes to keep this country going. And I just hope that us and our community never lose sight of that.
One of the biggest things that we try to convey every day to and to our new customers, especially because I feel like our returning customers, our core group that we have already knows this. But as we continue to grow and get bigger as a store, being a family run business with those core values will never change. We are committed in every transaction to every customer to do the best we absolutely can. And that's what we want to convey the most as we continue to grow and expand. We're growing and expanding to better help our community as the market grows, as far as new products, new manufacturers, new customers coming in. Everybody's going to want something a little different, whether it doesn't matter what side of the house that is. We want to be able to help everybody that comes in the door. And we're going to do that by treating everybody like family.
That's an awesome thing. You don't see that often anymore in today's society. So seeing
Right.
small businesses run the way that you guys run this place is incredible. I honestly can't think of anywhere else in this county that does it quite the way that you guys do it here.
I appreciate
And,
that.
I appreciate it. I'm sure that everybody that walks in that door appreciates it. And from when you started to you taking over, you guys have created and established a incredible thing.
Well, you make mistakes along the way, but you just got to learn from them and live with them, and better expound on them.
There's a bell on the door that still rings the same every time somebody walks in. Concrete floors and a handshake deal where the stories never end. Granddad's picture on the wall, faded black and white. Built this place on a promise and a man's word done right. It ain't just steel and glass and grain, it's trust that's been passed down. 3 generations hold the line right here in this town. This ain't just a store on the side of the road, it's a legacy standing strong. It's Friday night lights and opening day and neighbors all along. From the hunters at dawn to the fathers and sons who still believe in what's true. We don't just sell what fills your hand, we stand behind it too. 'Cause what we build in honesty will outlive me and you.